Again, here with
Carolyn Pettit.
And welcome to the B List. This is the show where we look at kind of overlooked or maybe flawed games, which today's game, Sleeping Dogs, definitely more the former.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I was going to crack a joke about it being, you know, all but forgotten, but it's, of course it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's still relatively fresh in our minds. This game just came out, what, October of last year?
Sounds about right, yeah. Later in the year last year.
But, you know, it was a game that was real slow to pick up popularity.
Yeah, it was kind of a sleeper hit. I guess you could say, like, word of mouth on it was... I think a lot of people sort of wrote it off because it came out of the true crime... You know, it was originally being developed as True Crime Hong Kong. That series not known for its excellence consistently. Yeah. And, you know, it was easy to kind of write it off as like a sort of wannabe GTA, like a GTA clone that was not going to be anywhere near as good. But ultimately, yeah, the game proved to be super entertaining on its own terms.
Most certainly. So we'll just jump into the game here. We'll start off with a new game.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, it does have a pretty good, you know, kind of opening sequence, I think.
But we do have, we got some saves we can check out later on. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through the game, so we can see some of the later game stuff. And mostly we're checking out this game today just because we've had a ton of requests about it on this show. And because this game is really cool.
It's just so much fun. You know, it doesn't really do a whole lot that's unexpected, but it combines elements from kind of a few different, you know, existing genres and games in a way that's just totally successful.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely unsurprising. I mean, it throws in some mechanics that I haven't really seen in a whole lot of other games, or at least not in this kind of game.
True.
So.
I mean, particularly as, and I'm sure we'll see, but the hand-to-hand combat particularly with the really brutal, like, environmental finishers, just kind of, that never stopped being satisfying for me from the first moment till the last.
Yeah.
You know, tossing a guy on a fish hook or whatever, impaling him on a swordfish head or, well, you know, whatever.
I think my favorite one I've seen thus far is that you're in a nightclub with an aquarium and you can throw a guy into the glass wall of the aquarium.
Right.
And then all the water spills out and the fish, and then you can pick up one of the fish and beat his buddies with it.
It's pretty great.
So this game starts off with kind of a serious tone. You know, you play as this character named Wei Shen, who's
this grisly murdering going on.
So that is not Wei Shen.
No,
he is.
That is Wei Shen, and this is.
It, you know, kind of starts off with this drug deal gone bad. And, then, you know, you get to do some parkouring of our way through the fish markets of Hong Kong.
And I like, I mean, ultimately the game, it kind of lets you determine, to some extent, how serious or goofy it is, in the sense that you can kind of play it pretty straightforward and just stick to the missions and kind of more or less try to behave like this undercover cop, or you can just in kind of true open world, you know, crime game fashion, just wreak all kinds of goofy havoc.
Right, but I think the game, as much as in large part the game does take itself fairly seriously, there's some pretty silly stuff it does on its own accord. Like anytime you have to do any of the fast talking stuff.
Yes.
You know, those things are so ridiculously contrived.
The karaoke is absurd in the best way.
So we're still trying to get our chat up in front of us right now.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble. Maybe I need to do this thing.
Well, we can work something out, right?
Just bear with us, because we certainly want to be able to communicate with all of you who might be watching on twitch.tv/GameSpot or on GameSpot.com. Yeah, just having a little bit of technical issues with this laptop here, but hopefully we can get these sorted out shortly.
It's Jackie from More Prosperity, man.
Oh shit, Jackie Ma.
You just got not having an internet connection there?
What are you doing here?
Well, I
When did
mean,
you get back?
Well, there is an internet connection.
Wait.
Oh, good. I love an internet connection.
Hey, fuck you.
You also have like 27 tabs.
This is this is what was handed to me. I don't know
Whatever, man.
what's going on.
Ask anyone. Jackie Ma still looks good.
Jackie.
All right, so kind of similar to undercover crime movies like The Departed or Infernal Affairs. We kick things off with
I came home anyway.
this is just kind of a throwaway. Oh, we're in jail and this is how we get in with the criminal underground.
Right.
That just by
Don't let 'em pin
ending up in one
shit on you.
drug deal
Fuckers will
gone
try,
south.
let me tell you. Stay here, you're from old
Suddenly
Prosperity.
we're a trusted member of the criminal
Hey, so
underworld.
you still in touch with any of the guys in there?
Phil, people kind of go their separate ways, but you remember Winston? He's moved all the way up to Redpole.
And if I was a smarter person, I'd remember the name of this character.
With him
But
right now, matter of fact.
Huh. Red Pole and the sun on
I
you?
don't.
There's a lot of different
You'd be running that neighborhood.
triad factions and
Yeah.
characters and stuff to keep track. It's a bit difficult
One who got Winston.
to
We're a
keep it
pretty
all
tight
straight. I
package,
think,
but-
especially some months after having played the game, I don't really remember.
Yeah, and narratively, I like the way that this game just kind of throws terms at you
Oh,
right
yeah.
from the beginning of like,
Remember when we
obviously that
snapped
you're
down guys with a pen?
trying to get in with this crime syndicate called the Sun on Ye, and
Yeah.
there's a rival one called the Dog Eyes, and
Yeah, it doesn't.
18K, and
Yeah, it doesn't kind of. It could do really sort of dry expository stuff and
Hey,
kind of
Jack.
really slowly establish all this stuff.
tell,
But
tell you what a red pole
yeah,
is. But I mean,
you
it's
just
pretty.
kind of pick it up from context, and yeah, it's much better, I think, for it to just kind of toss you in headlong the way it does. I'm gonna go see if I can quickly snare someone to help me out with this.
Alrighty. Oh, and here is where we get to meet our police handlers, which is the charming
Seems that the evidence against
Pendrew.
you has failed to appear. How do you explain that? You must be a very dangerous man, Wei Sheng.
and this guy who's even
Exactly what we want
even more
to
charming.
think.
Raymond, I believe his name
I
is.
trust that my men weren't too rough on you, officer.
You might ask them the same question, sir.
Who,
Guys
I mean,
are
these
out of
guys might as well
shape.
just
Hit
be,
off. I made contact with Jackie Ma. I'm in.
the two police
work.
handlers from
Use him to get close
from
to
The
Winston.
Departed.
Oh, this is what's the actor's
There will be
name?
your handler. You reveal everything
Very
to
well.
him.
Our intel suggests
Tom-
that Winston is looking for muscle.
Ah, he's a great
You need to find a way
actor.
to make it
Anyway,
Done.
Nuts.
So great that he
Yeah.
just disappears into his roles and you forget he's an actor.
somewhat, yeah.
But this guy, is kind of, mugging as like Mark Wahlberg's character from The Departed, of just like being the I don't like you and I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need that tension
The lieutenants like Winston.
between the sort of the straight and narrow guy and then
Candidly,
the one
Wei,
who's more of a
previous
loose
attempts
cannon.
to
Yeah.
him haven't panned out.
And then you realize this guy is trying to be
We'll
nice,
have
but
much
he's
to go
kind of
on.
even more of a
That's why you're
scumbag.
here.
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping that
Spoilers.
you can bring something more to our investigation.
killing me now. The actor's name.
Look, as soon as I'm on the
He's
street,
like in
start.
Batman Begins. He plays
Raymond will be in.
the like
Oh, and Wade.
the mob boss
luck
in the
out there.
city, and anyway, he's in so much stuff.
Right.
Are you sure about him? He'll be under extreme
All right.
stress
It's
maybe for a very
him
long
and like
time.
Emma
I'm not sure
Stone
he has the
were like the
discipline to
two
hold up.
weird like
According-
big name casting choices for this game, and Emma Stone's
Wei Sheng?
role is just such a weird kind of throwaway role that it's
Yeah,
almost
Jackie,
like
I appreciate the intro.
why do they even bother
By the way, I
with
tried to look
casting someone like that?
Yeah, so we're gonna skip all the.
Yeah.
So I love so here
Get straight into gameplay.
yeah
All this
okay
territory
so
is Winston's.
And
Dog eyes.
and this is really kind of what
they're both.
I've skipped the story, so I don't know exactly what we're doing.
I
think we're
love
going
the
to go
details.
meet-
Like if you look up to the left, can you look up further? Like as you know, there's a woman up there, kind of cleaning out her apartment or whatever, and just
Yeah.
these. I mean, I think this game does the kind of ambient, just details of people kind of just going about their business sort of things.
It does a great
much-
job of feeling dirty and alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been to Hong Kong, which is where this story takes place, but it's definitely like I imagine the criminal underground of Hong Kong is like,
Right.
which is really what you want.
Hey, Jill.
Unless you've been to Hong Kong and have been part of the criminal underworld, and then you can point out all the things he gets wrong.
Your parents don't even know me.
So if you're one of those,
Know each other.
once we
they'll
get
love me.
going with the chat, let us know.
I can remember.
Hey,
You don't talk to her like that.
Get off him. I don't care who you are. Let go of Jackie. I'm gonna fuck you up.
And now,
Thank you.
it's time to do some fighting.
Oh yes. Okay.
These are lowercase. So yeah, as you were mentioning, this is one of the things that this game does exceptionally well is the hand-to-hand combat stuff. Or at least a lot better than
Kidding me?
a lot of other
Yeah, all right.
third-person action games or anything like that.
Absolutely.
have typically done.
Oh,
And it's
so much better.
I guess it's a bit like Assassin's Creed, you could probably say, with maybe a bit more of a focus on taking direct action. Because with like with Assassin's Creed, you're pretty much always just waiting for somebody to strike
Yeah,
at you.
it's exactly. It kind of falls into that rhythm of just wait, and whereas this, I feel like, yeah, you're more of a, you have more initiative.
It's got this fun grappling system that lets me kind of not only beat people up, but drag them around the environment. This guy doesn't want to be. And
Tom Wilkinson, of course. Thank you.
there we go.
MI6 Slovenia. Thank you very much. God, it was on the tip of my brain.
You done?
Yeah, he was definitely one that wasn't immediately reaching out, like, I really know this guy, but I'm pretty sure I've heard his voice before.
Yeah.
And we get to do the very first of our
This is-
environmental
Yeah.
things.
Oh, man. They all look so painful.
That was even one of the less gnarly ones. That guy just got a gate dropped.
I know,
on his
but
gut.
right in the gut, it's,
Yeah.
oh, you can almost feel it.
He'll be feeling that one tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's cool? Well,
Well, that's right. We've defended this girl's
Let's go
honor
see Winston.
because she was being flirted with by rival gang members.
Can't have that.
No. And I think we're not quite about to meet one of my favorite characters in this story. So,
What the fuck?
in the early on part, you're
This is Wade.
crime buddies all
Wait,
hang
Shan?
out at the
I
kitchen
told
of
you
this
about him, remember? Fuck.
this restaurant.
We can't keep track of your
But I think
people.
one of my favorite characters is
No,
so
outsider,
we're about to
not
meet
an
Winston,
outsider.
who's
He's
like
from old prosperity.
one of the crime.
Like us.
There you see him, the
Yeah.
blonde hair in the background.
he's
But
old school.
his mother owns
Oh,
this restaurant,
man.
and her character in this game was pretty fantastic.
Oh, she sure is. She delivers
Yeah.
I've been on vacation.
in some pretty big ways.
Jackie said you were looking for people.
Oh, Jackie.
I love actually the way that this game, the way that the dialogue, the characters sort of shift, effortlessly between English and I want to say Cantonese.
Right. I did feel sometimes like, I don't know, like I wouldn't have minded English all the way through. It's just that, like, as an understanding of like, okay, I'm seeing this game played in English, but understanding that it's all in Cantonese. But the occasional
they could have done that.
But I do like the occasional punctuation of
Yeah. And from what I understand, and I've never been to Hong Kong, but so I could be completely wrong about this, but some people who have spent time in Hong Kong have indicated to me that that's actually not at all unusual for people in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
Some people to kind of pepper their speech with, to switch back and forth between the two languages sort of on the fly like that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to say this in English, but I've got a real good phrase for this in Cantonese, so we'll just bust out with that.
Let's see. Conroy. You know that?
That's right. And then we start off with one of the earlier set pieces in the game, the night market, where I've got to go hustle some people.
Hey, Jackie. Hang back a second. I want to hear more about your friend.
And speaking of
be a tough guy?
parts of the city that feel pretty alive.
Dude,
the night market is, the atmosphere there is terrific.
Yeah. Although, even more terrific is riding a motorcycle through the night market.
Oh, yes. That's something we'll have to do here at some point.
Oh, that's right.
You gotta counter, yeah.
I'm not done with fighting tutorials yet. We were learning
gets into the Batman Arkham Asylum, stuff here.
Yeah. Man, I wish the combos in this game felt as fun and flowing as the Arkham Asylum games did.
Sure, yeah, but considering everything else this game does, it's I think they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, and the conceit with the focusing so much on hand-to-hand combat is that apparently just guns are just a lot harder to come by and a much rarer part of the criminal underground in Hong Kong. So
yeah, and I like that there's a sort of in-game, in-world, somewhat, I'm guessing, somewhat fact-based explanation for that.
Right. And you definitely get into some gunplay stuff later on. But
absolutely.
It's a while before you get into it.
It really is. Stuff. It's surprisingly late in the game before the guns come into play.
Boss,
right.
We were just leaving. And
it was just getting interesting, too. Winston!
You can tell this guy is bad because he wears a black hat.
So good to see you. How's your family, huh?
What do you want, dog eyes?
Just gonna skip past this. And get back to the old game.
This will be easy, no problem.
Rodrigo says James Hong, the Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China, is in this game. Cool.
Is he?
I actually did not know that, but yes, of course, Big Trouble in Little China is an amazing film.
Your sister back there. Maybe?
I really need to watch that again.
Years ago,
I've seen it
to the stage and try to kick that shit butt.
That sucks. She was, really alive.
My mother thought maybe a new city, new country.
This part also introduces you to the bunch of the stuff you can interact with, like various things you can buy. And right now, this stuff all seems really expensive. Like you can get, food, and food basically just helps. Gives you a short. Well, I say
like
short, but it's lasts maybe like 10 or 15 minutes in actual play time of regenerating health.
Right, or other benefits, I think.
Right, other things that. So in combat, you have this thing called your face meter, which is basically how much you're intimidating people as you're fighting them. And when your face meter is full and lights up, then any damage you do to people then helps regenerate your health faster.
Right.
Sorry, buddy. And there are things you can do that help that meter fill up quicker. Other things that help you, give you buffs to do more damage. So right now we're just going through the
Wednesday.
through the old night market here and
guy said he's
collecting protection money.
We're here to clarify.
Time-honored tradition for
You want to be the
Criminal
guy who
Underground.
strip the confusion?
Mobsters
paying you
all over
guys.
the world.
This guy's saying, "No, I don't want to pay.
Well,
I've got my buddies here."
Boy, don't do that. I will pay.
okay, now, yeah, oh yeah, these health shrines are a good thing to, just take a moment to meditate, right
Sure.
after a bloody fist fight.
And again, like I love that those are things that you find throughout the world, and you
Glad I can make you see reason.
and basically you for every 5 of them you get a permanent increase to your
Yeah.
health bar, and so you just kind of find them ambiently around the world. Often when you're in the middle of a mission, and it's great because you can just stop whatever you're doing.
It's
and go pray at the health shrine, and you want to do that because you don't want to miss with any of it.
sure, exactly.
So you could be driving the boss's wife around town, and you're like, "Hang on, I got to do a thing here.
yeah.
I got to pray at this health shrine. I'll get right back to you."
Let's see. Nat R75 in the chat says, I don't have it on PC, but apparently it was a very good port. Indeed, it was. And we are playing the PC version right now.
Right. I actually haven't seen this game on consoles. I've only been playing it on PC.
I mean,
but it
yeah.
is a fantastic looking game.
Yeah, as you'd expect. I mean, the PC version is easily the sharpest looking, provided your machine can run it properly.
Oh man, this isn't good. Beat that punk.
Yeah.
Come on, get back up.
Oh, we got another environmental
There's a
thing.
yeah.
I'm gonna throw him onto this recycling box. Apparently, it's a recycling box full of glass, so it does make a little bit of sense why he would be hurt by
Do you
that.
have a message for Winston?
It does look a bit ridiculous.
All guys.
Southwest Express in the chat asks, "Is this live or replay?"
This
This
is
is live,
live.
unless you're watching a replay, in which case it is a replay.
Yeah, but if it isn't like Saturday the 9th, if you're watching this now on February the 4th, is it the 4th today?
3rd? No, it's you're probably right.
Who's on?
It's the 4th.
It's the 4th. If you're watching this on February the 4th, this is live. However, we have been doing our replay stream for a couple hours today up until right before this live stream. So it makes sense that would be confused. They could be confused. So if there's anything you want to interact with us directly, let us know.
Yes.
'Cause we're live.
Yeah. Just so many great moves he performs just in the normal course of your sort of standard melee attacks.
And just like any open world game, always giving you stuff to do. There's even a system by which you increase your combat abilities. So
Yes.
early on in the game, you come across your old was it kung fu teacher?
Small fee, Winston will make sure you don't
I think
yes, some school of martial arts.
Old Temple Kung Fu Martial Arts is the name of the place, and
Man, we need to get you out.
and he's been missing his
Need to know you're one of us.
statues, which are all based around the Chinese zodiac.
Gotta know
And you go again, things you go find out in the world
all about
that are helpful to you. You find these in missions or just in various tucked away places, and
for each one.
and you bring them back to them, and he gives you some cool new abilities like tackling people and punching their face in, or breaking their knees.
And you also earn experience and just unlock a few abilities over the course of the game just by sort of leveling up as well.
Right.
Thanks.
Um,
Get back to Shop Alton.
brief moment there of being able to change my clothes.
The graphics asking, is this on PC? Yes, we are playing the PC version.
Yes. Although I am playing with a controller.
I feel like this is a game that feels like it is designed for playing with a controller.
Yeah, I mean, it plays, obviously, they're a console version of this game, so it's going to play just fine with a controller. In fact, probably better than with a mouse and keyboard.
I think so. I mean, it just feels more natural to me. But then maybe that's just because I've played open world games. Traditionally I've played them more often on console than on PC.
Jackie, you're coming with me. We got something to take care of.
I'm trying to remember the early parts in this game. Or would we be missing anything significant if we jump straight ahead into the later parts of the game?
I don't think so. I mean, all the activities, things like karaoke and stuff that the game sort of introduces you to over the course of these early missions, are available, to you a bit later on as well. So I think we can go ahead and skip ahead.
I guess the only one I'd want to show, if it's early enough, let's take a look at the map here and see if it gives an indicator. I need to do a favor for the vendor. So these are all these various side missions that you can do.
That guy is not happy that you are talking to the vendor there.
He's like, hey, I was trying to buy some knockoff t-shirts.
You might want to hurry. I heard dog guys
yeah.
But there's a favorite mission of mine early on, where you're like driving around a bus full of your gang members, and you're basically just dropping them off, and then that's also what introduces you to like the vehicle ramming mechanic,
right?
Which is ridiculous and hilarious to watch.
Yes.
So once I do this one, which is where I need to deliver some money to the old golden koi here.
I think you may have to fight the dudes outside first.
Okay, we could do that. And of course, with the combat, you end up finding some different types of combatants later on.
Oh yes, that's right.
Guys who are impervious to grapples.
Sorts of little variations.
Yeah. Guys who do a lot of their grappling of their own.
Oh no!
And that was me. I died. Okay. Let's just get into one of my later saves here. Let's see. I think this one involves some racing.
Oh yeah, what are we wearing here? Check this out.
So later on, you get to introduce various wardrobe options, and this is one that, in the spirit of doing ridiculous things in this game,
yes.
I refer to this outfit as the Avenging Spirit.
Okay.
Which is just
bringing vigilante justice to the streets of Hong Kong.
Yeah, no clothes.
Yeah.
You got some red Converse high tops here, a luchador mask, and some aviators. And you pick up some preset outfits later on as well.
Oh, sure.
Like, here's some exercising clothes you get from the first time you go to the...
Go down to the Haitian... Can you model the Haitian vintage jumpsuit?
Yeah. I can't wear this yet.
No.
My face has not been upgraded high enough.
Yes, you need to upgrade your face.
You can be a monk.
Yep. Classic... Oh, the wedding suit, yeah.
That's a spoiler. But,
yeah, well...
I could be a doctor.
Sure.
Let's be a doctor.
Okay, sure.
And of course, there's a couple different shirt,
Yeah.
Buying this on Steam, you get a couple of different, Steam and Valve related shirts.
Right.
You get all kinds of good stuff. But let's go back to being the Doctor. In our a little bit more upscale apartment here. Actually, this is a really posh condo. And what are we doing here? Ooh, we have a jade statue we can return. So let's go do that and show off or see some new combat abilities. As you buy vehicles, you can just kind of pick them up from any of these.
They're like
garages
always
here.
available in the garage. You don't have to worry about losing them somewhere.
Go enjoy yourself.
And
anything new, I hear you say? There is now coming up next.
get one of the motorcycles here,
you guessed it.
which is one of my favorite things in the game, just because
trippy track
they're just real dumb.
from Ganja Sufi.
You can. I think it's an ability that you don't have initially, but that you unlock. But you can leap. Wow.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
It's okay. I'm a doctor. But you can leap from your vehicle onto other vehicles.
Yes, you can do that.
And then just sort of do the action hijack of another vehicle.
Yeah, a little bit like what was that game that came out for the PSP? Pursuit Force.
Oh yeah, kind of has the Pursuit Force thing going on.
So, because this is Hong Kong, we drive on the left-hand side of the street. Well, if you
says infinite helmets, which is true because he did toss his previous helmet by the side of the road, and now he's
and then
got
just pulls another one out of his back pocket.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a sensible person,
Yeah.
you drive on the right-hand side of the road.
Right.
But if you pretend like the game is Burnout, then you just do this.
Yeah.
Not that there's any tangible benefit for it, other than. Well, I mean, I guess
think you do.
Well, as you see me racking up in this corner, these high speed runs, and these just kind of work in the vein of like the ambient challenge.
Yeah,
kind of
like
things,
social challenges.
Where you just try to have the longest high speed run than
Amongst
any of your friends.
Exactly.
And that stuff all works through like your Steam friends. If you're playing on the PC, I'm sure it also works on like Xbox Live
exactly.
or PSN.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to wheelies.
Oh yeah.
Again, other mechanics. I think you can have access to them early on, but it's this, handbrake turns. But mostly it just lets you do.
It's pretty sweet.
Move whatever vehicle you're driving in possibly tiny spaces.
Yeah.
Which lets you get into all kinds of hilarity later on. Oh, sorry, buddy. Am I supposed to be nice to other motorcyclists when I'm a motorcyclist?
Nah. No. When you're on when you're doing missions, I think that then there's like a penalty to your cop XP or something.
For doing things like killing people.
Yeah. Ooh, you could hijack that armored car back there.
That is a thing I have not done a lot in this game.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Let's take some. Let's just just for the hell of it. Oh.
What's your car?
Baby.
I'm a doctor. Give me
Name
your car.
of medical science. I'm commandeering your vehicle.
So yeah, you can just kind of hijack cars whenever you want. That as you get into police chases, which even though you are a policeman, you're an undercover policeman.
Yes.
So keep your cover intact. You do criminal activity and the police still come after you.
Oh sure.
But let's go see my old kung fu master and see what kind
I
of
found one of your statues.
more trouble we can get into.
Good, good. Thank you for the statue. Seems as though they're all finding their way back to me now. Perhaps that was their destiny from.
And then
What does that make
will
me?
Oh, I've
talk to you about various things from your
Give you
past.
some wisdom.
Ask you about America.
Yes.
Which one do we want to? Stun, strike, done. Let's see. Can I learn? Oh, I've already learned.
You've already got. So I think you pretty much have to do the
stun strike
follow up. Yes.
Okay.
nickname is even more feeble too.
So, giving me a little bit more complicated, you know, melee input where it's like a tap, tap, hold, and then another tap. I'm not a fighting game player, so these things are complicated for me. Mostly they're difficult to remember.
Your ancestors fought. They like to disown you.
That's one of my favorites, though. Just the good old leg break.
So painful.
Strong like bear. Live like noodle.
And then we get into the part.
Cries of agony.
So that's where we get into what I was talking about earlier, where I have my face meter filled up.
Yep.
And so that means that any damage I do to these guys is boosting my health. But now I've broken all the students' arms and legs. That means that I've completed my training. At least until I find another statue.
Oh, look at your doctors.
They're bloodied as if
you've been in the OR or something.
Yeah, or as if I'd been fighting in this outfit. I always get in on the wrong side of the card. Probably because I'm just so used to which side you normally get on the car and drive.
Let's, I'd like to see at some point here, you know, just do a round of karaoke.
Oh, okay.
If we can.
But in the meantime,
well, you know.
I'll just leave this
That's
car.
a thing that happens sometimes.
I'll just leave this car here. These guys are all super impressed with my driving.
Yeah.
Maybe this car is better suited for this sort of thing.
Oh, you've got the
Slim Jim.
The Slim, yeah.
For the vehicle liberation tool. You know, sometimes. I mean, I know this is a pedestrian overcrossing, but
well, you know, it's a compact vehicle. Should be able to take advantage of such things.
Actually, I don't think that's the right vehicle for it. I'll contact my car valet.
Oh man, yes.
Hey, it's what?
Car valet.
One of the
I'll be there right away.
one of the. So you kind of upgrade in three different areas. You've got your triad levels that you level up your standing with the triad.
There you go. I hope this is good enough.
By obviously doing triad missions.
Yeah.
Which gives you unlock certain abilities, and then you also unlock raise your police level by doing missions for them.
Yeah.
And then you also have this thing that they called face level, which is different from your face meter, which I think is just a representation of how notorious you are in the city, but also like affects what kind of cars you can drive and
that's right,
clothes you can wear.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you know, they unlock other abilities like the car valet.
Right.
Come on, look. You're only the most powerful motorcycle in the game. I think you can get up these stairs.
V Graphics says this game is missing multiplayer. You guys from GameSpot think so too. I never particularly felt that the game needed multiplayer. I think it's a great single player, you know, open world experience. And
well, you know
what? I mean, sure, it's always fun to wreak havoc with your friends in an open world environment or what have you.
I mean, if I could be doing this with other people, I probably would be.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's like, for me, it's like it would be nice thing, but it's not like a gaping hole of like a missing sort of feature in this game. I guess, you know, I don't look at multiplayer. I mean, well,
jumps, yay!
I mean, for some games, you know, obviously multiplayer is sort of an absolute must.
Yeah.
But games in this genre, I'm not at that point where I feel like, you know, that's a box that needs to be checked off. It's more like, you know, if they can do some good stuff, some cool stuff with multiplayer, so much the better.
Yeah, I never got too into the multiplayer in like GTA 4 or anything like that. Although I am always interested in a good old round of Chopper versus Chopper.
Chopper versus Chopper was pretty great.
So you wanted to see some karaoke,
well,
right?
I mean, you know, at some point. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. There's
Go over
actually
to-
a really...
Go over to good old Club Bam Bam.
There's a really good variety of sort of side activities in this game. you know, there's stuff like cameras to hack, and then you go back to your apartment and you watch the drug deals go down, and yeah.
Which we could do one of those maybe after we sing some karaoke. Where are you, Club Bam Bam? Wait. I thought it was on that.
Maybe down there. Is there an alley over there? Maybe
it's on the. Oh, it's here. We are. It's on this.
Oh, right.
It's cool. I can park this here. I'm a doctor. Actually, wait. I know where I can park. Oh, you closed the door on me.
Yep, get in there.
Oh! No. Try one more time. I think this can be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you made it happen, Tyler.
All right.
Well done.
It's okay. I can do this. I'm a doctor. Out of my way. I'm trying to sing some karaoke.
Oh, geez. Just bring it. Okay, all right.
I'm just going to park this here.
You know how to make an entrance. I'll say that much. So.
Oh, nope. No, I don't want to get back on the bike. I want to get on the karaoke machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I love about this, I mean, aside from just the surprisingly robust selection of kind of some really bad, like 80s pop and, you know, other stuff that's not terrible.
Yeah.
But I love his technique of performing karaoke is, I mean, his dance, but then, oh, well, see, normally there's like people hanging out. I think you may have scared them away with your dramatic entrance.
This is also the first time in the game of doing any optional karaoke, because there's a couple of like story missions where you go, or like, you know, you go on optional like dates and things like that.
But I love that rather than like working the crowd at all or anything, like his technique is just to stand there like facing the machine from like 2 feet away. It's just magnificent.
My bloody doctor's coat. Yes. Well, I guess I've got my motorcycle to sing for, and this girl's into it.
Yeah. Now you're starting to pull him in.
And here I'm just kind of pivoting the thumbstick up and down to kind of match the notes.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple little mini game. But yeah, and the sound for these is pretty good. I don't think his singing voice actually sounds very good at all.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is pretty authentic. I mean,
I
usually in my experience at karaoke bars, not everyone's voice is the best.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm really missing here is the you don't get to see enough of the
yeah, man, work it.
You don't get to see quite enough of the ridiculous videos that's such a part of this kind of karaoke experience.
Yes.
Although I think I picked a song without a guitar solo. But if you have one with a guitar solo, he will sit there and wail out a rock and air guitar solo.
Nice.
So we missed that.
Yeah, you can, as Ricky Guitarist points out, you can sort of deliberately not match the notes, and then the singing that you hear is out of tune.
Yeah. Again, I guess I've never bothered. Let's take a look at that. Just hitting all the low notes here. Yeah, because all the ones I've ever done have been like story missions, so I didn't want to fail them.
Sure, right, yeah. Hey, and you still did great.
Yeah. The voice went a little sour there at the end.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Haven't had my tea. Okay, I've got a motorcycle to ride. Thank you, people.
My work here is done. Oh, man, I love it. Oh, just busting into a karaoke bar on a motorcycle, singing one song. And then just like that, he vanished into the night.
Oh, you opened the door for me. Thank you, lady.
Oh, come on. Can you not? Is it the same as going? Yeah, the doors are.
Oh.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
But
Oh
we still have
God!
to go-
Don't put your helmet on now. This
So
is.
to go through this
Whew.
starting animation of starting the bike, so can't quite get quite straight into it. All right, what kind of missions do we have? Bad luck. Oh, this mission is you get to mess with a guy's feng shui.
Okay, let's do that. Man, I love the rain effect in this game.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that the high mark for the way you can make the city look would be rainy and not at night, but you kind of hope for it in this game because it just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, lady.
Vodka, the taste sensation.
And the in-game GPS does tend to throw you down a couple of back alleyways a lot. I have no idea why it always routes me through here, through this like
That's right.
underpass.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, it does do that.
But that's just the way the world of Sleeping Dogs is. So if you're just joining us now, you're watching our weekly show, The B List, which is a show where we check out games that have been overlooked or maybe games with some problems. This one's it's still kind of riding on a bit of undercurrent of buzz. This game just came out last year. It's Sleeping Dogs. Troubled history with this game because originally it was supposed to be part of the True Crime series of games.
Yeah, True Crime.
Not a well-loved series of well, let's face it, let's call it what it is, and kind of GTA.
Yeah.
Which originally that started off with True Crime Streets of LA and then True Crime New York City. And this was supposed to be True Crime Hong Kong.
Right.
But then when was this one of the things that was a follow when Activision bought Vivendi? Was that part of that deal?
I don't know the business dealings behind it.
At some point, Activision said, that is not a game we're going to
Yeah, they relinquished themselves of it. Square Enix picked it up.
And was it always the same developer? Was it always United Front Games?
I don't know that either, but
the internet, I'm sure,
do
does.
a little research here about this game.
And eventually, came to be known as this game Sleeping Dogs. But otherwise, mostly, stayed otherwise fairly intact as the game was intended to be. And here we meet. Oh, I don't remember the name of this character. I'm bad at remember the names of characters in this game.
Seems to be getting very comfortable in his new
But one of the other lieutenants in the Sun On Yee crime family.
Yes.
I hear that he is already planning to make
There's been a shift of power and
recover.
a guy by the name of Two Chin something
That would allow Lee to take
is
over the
acting
Sun
as
On Yee
temporary
himself.
chairman and nobody really likes him being in
No,
charge.
It cannot.
So we're going to do something about that by
Oh, right.
convincing
Now I remember
him to
this.
sink deeper into his heroin addiction.
Definitely.
By
This mission just came flooding back to me.
by
messing with his
house and his feng shui.
His feng shui, as you said earlier,
Anyone
exactly.
who indulges as he does lives permanently on the brink.
Okay, mission briefing. We'll have enough of you.
Hey, what's your problem, kid? Mrs. Chen want you to talk to me.
Hey, you
And okay,
Mrs.
we'll
Chen
get
said
this
you
guy's
were
car.
He told me to tag along, give you feng shui advice. Feng shui, ah.
This guy known as Salty Crab.
Oh yeah.
I've been spending a lot of time reading about ghosts.
If you're looking for a CD nickname,
Nobody I kill could hurt me.
look no further than Salty Crab.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so
Goodbye, Mr. Chow. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Developed by United Front Games in conjunction with Square Enix London Studios. Let's see. As a result of the game's high development budget and delays, it was canceled by Activision Blizzard in 2011. 6 months later, it was announced that Square Enix had picked up the publishing rights, but had renamed the game Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, hello?
Let's see.
We got a delivery for you?
Really? My husband didn't tell me. He better not have ordered something stupid.
And here we get into some of that that fast talking mechanic of just using the intercom to get access to this building and just saying, "Oh, I'm a delivery person. I know I look like a doctor, but that's too much explanation." Okay, so now we sneak onto this guy's property. I'm dressed as a doctor, so I won't arouse any suspicion.
Hurts like hell.
Exactly.
Hey, don't be creepy.
No one ever suspects a doctor.
No, everybody trusts a doctor.
Like a real one, not a sex one. Happens all the time. Just as any professional athlete.
So, how's business?
To be honest, son, yeah? What the hell do you think you're doing?
The boss's dog got out. We don't find it before he comes back, and heads will roll.
Oh, shit. I haven't seen it.
The developers stated that the game's fighting system was inspired by Tony Jaa's film Tom Young Gung. Not seen that film.
Also, yeah, I haven't either.
Wait here. I'll open the gate from the inside.
All right, I need to sneak my way through this gate.
B Graphics asks, I don't know if you have an answer to this, Tyler, or not, but asks, what games are also on your B list, GameSpot? I'm assuming he means like future games for the show.
Or let's see. So far, we've played Far Cry 2, which is a pretty polarizing game. A lot of people hate that game. A lot of people really love it. Same with also the next game we played was Mirror's Edge.
Right. Was it just last week we played some
Freedom Fighters?
Freedom Fighters,
which is a severely overlooked game, which is kind of a team, or not a team-based, but a squad-based third-person shooter from IO Interactive.
Dude, are you just walking into these vases and causing them to shatter?
That's what I'm just breaking his vases.
Oh, that's so good. Just, just kind of lean into them a little bit.
I mean, I could, ninja kick them. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. Break some more stuff.
Oh, man, these priceless artifacts.
I really wanted to take a look at, so part of the inspiration from the show is, so Tom McShay wrote an article in defense of the 6.0.
Sure.
Which is where he wanted to talk about games with like real big problems, but real big innovations.
Yeah, just things that were definitely worth
risks that didn't pan out but are still interesting.
Exactly.
And I was, and he wrote this after reviewing the Konami game Never Dead.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to playing that, but he could not be here today. So, good old Sleeping Dogs is coming in, and
yes,
which is great. I mean, great because like I was saying, a lot of people have been asked. Whenever we do this show, people constantly ask us if we've been playing this game, and my answer is a wholehearted yes. And figured I'd take some time to show it off for people, in case people were curious about this game, because it is great, and if you have the opportunity to play it, you should.
Agreed.
What am I doing? Oh, I need to...
You gotta get to that clock, right?
That's right. I need to set the clock.
Apparently 4:44 is like an unlucky time, maybe?
Well, it's the number 4 is just considered unlucky in general.
Okay.
And they even explain it here, because in Cantonese, I believe, the word, I think it's just the way the word is written, or perhaps the way it's said, is very close to the word for death.
Oh.
So, number 4 is considered very unlucky. In a lot of Asian cultures, as I understand, at least Chinese and Japanese culture.
I think we're done here.
So yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff to, you break 4 of his statues. And, the lucky statue you saw me stealing there after having to do the safe cracking thing. Is one of the statues that you bring back to the martial arts guy to learn new abilities. So what do we do?
Just hide.
Yeah, Call Me Joe in the chat says Square Enix mentioned that they got success in this game on a long-term basis. It took a few months for this game to be a top seller. That wouldn't, it doesn't surprise me at all. This seemed to me, I didn't follow like the sales numbers or anything, but it always seemed like a game where the word of mouth was a really big factor in this game.
Right, because I mean, this game had to come out, towards the end of the holiday last year. It had to come up against Black Ops 2.
And I think just given its troubled history, with Activision saying that it wasn't good enough and them kind of washing their hands of it and everything, that people were probably very skeptical about this game being a quality product, and so it kind of took people to actually play the game and enjoy it and spread the word of no, this game is actually like really, really fun.
Yeah, and
to get more people to kind of
one of those times
check
it's really great to be wrong.
Yeah.
About if you're any of the people that was skeptical about this game. I know I certainly was.
Yeah, it's one of those just really pleasant surprises.
Yeah.
You hack that right now? Yeah.
I need to hack it.
Oh, okay,
because
great.
it has seen me. Right, so I think this is my favorite little.
I really like this. It's kind of a mastermind type thing.
Yeah. So basically, you have to come up with the 4 unique digits. That's the secret code. So here I see I've got my 6 digit that is correct.
There's a 2 in it somewhere, and then 4 and 8 we can rule out.
Yeah.
All right, you got
my 2 and my 6, 3 and 7 are. So I think it's. I think I only have 0 and 9 left.
Nope. Let's see. So you've done 2, 4. You haven't done 5.
Oh, I haven't done 1.
And yeah. There you go.
And yeah, so you just get a number of attempts to guess the numbers correctly, and
yeah. And it's if you use as long as you apply a little bit of logic and pay attention, you can usually get it.
Yeah.
But it's it's a little engaging little process.
And obviously, it's always 4 unique digits. There's so it can't be like 4444 or anything like that. So
right.
Makes it a lot easier to determine. If you get a number wrong, you can rule it out.
Exactly.
If you get a number right but in the wrong position.
Yeah.
So here's a guy whose feng shui we just messed up, and he's just been out gambling and lost a bunch of money, and now he's gonna come home to a real nasty surprise with all the things I accidentally bumped into.
Yes. And do what any reasonable person would do in that situation. Dive deeper into a terrible heroin habit.
Shut yourself up in your room and
do lots of heroin.
Yeah.
Wait, the guy left their car. Let's check it.
What was one of the riding the pony? Do they call it that?
The tiger? The horse?
Oh, Chase the White Tiger.
Chase the White Tiger.
Oh, and so here's a car that I never really use. It's like the only car you start out the game with is this little. I'm going to use a term because I just finished rereading Snow Crash. I want to call it Econo Box, which I think is a term he uses in that, but also a Bimbo Box. But it's just this tiny little, basically like a smart car.
Yeah.
And it's fun to drive just because you can drive it, kind of like a motorcycle. You can kind of just drive it anywhere.
Here comes in. See you later, kid.
Oh, salty style.
So get back in here
Got your
and do some more dumb driving.
Get a cop score and a triad score.
Well, because I mean, anything that you used to bolster your standing in the criminal underground is
It's
gonna help you.
ultimately in pursuit of
Helps you do better police work.
That's right.
We're making arrangements for the funeral.
Things could get
Complicated. Yes. I'll be in
Roads.
touch.
Of course. Whatever you need.
B Graphics says, GameSpot, I am going to buy this game because of you, LOL. I would not advise you against that decision. I think you will get a lot of enjoyment out of this game.
That's what we call a wise choice on the B list. Where else can I put this car? That little plaza didn't turn out being too interesting. What other kind of dumb stuff can we get into? I haven't done any races.
Yeah.
Where's a race? There's one. It's quite a ways away.
Yeah, it's a scenic drive.
Yeah. Skittled, scenic, rainy Hong Kong. This race is called the Mailman. What that is. We'll find out.
Baby Gas asks, can I shoot stuff in this game?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but just don't expect to be able to do so like immediately or even particularly early on in the game. Guns are not introduced until some way through the campaign.
And it's not even, I don't even think that you can, bust out with firearms anytime you like. They're kind of triggered by specific missions.
Maybe. I wonder, because, certainly it's really fun to be sort of like riding a motorcycle or something and to shoot the tires out of, say, another motorcycle and watch it go flipping end over end and stuff like that.
Right.
And I would hope that the game sort of lets you engage in that to your heart's content rather than only at certain intervals, but I don't know.
I'm going to get into a faster car. I'm just going to borrow this guy's. And, which I wasn't stealing that because I need it for the race because, we'll see once we get into the race, but once you get into one, you immediately get into this interface of, just basically lets you pick a race-appropriate vehicle.
Yeah. Rodrigo shares this breaking news. Just want to address that wait, sorry, it scrolled off the screen. Just want to address that while you are playing Sleeping Dogs, my dog is sleeping.
That's great.
Excellent.
Tell us about your dog.
That's the kind of participation we really like to see.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of the strange thing about this game is that there's no dogs in the game.
Yes.
Sleeping or otherwise.
Right. The title I was never quite sure what they were doing with the title.
Yeah. I think it's a metaphorical sleeping dog.
Oh, it certainly is. It is in the sense of like, let sleeping dogs lie, that old expression, but I don't really know exactly how that applies to the plot of this game.
Well,
it's sort of one of those expressions you can apply to. Oh, and you just did the one of those shunts, yeah?
Yeah. So actually, the car I was driving would have been appropriate for this race, but it also gave me the choice of like this.
Well, look at this car you're driving.
Well, yeah, they refer to this as the like S600 coupe.
Uh-huh.
I think it's I don't know if it's either kind of honoring, is it Justin Calvert will kill me for getting this one wrong. I think it's like the Toyota R2000, or maybe like a Datsun 280Z, or as it is known in this market, thanks to knowledge brought to me by Gran Turismo, the Nissan Fairlady. But yeah, kind of that evoking that, that 70s, that 70s American style roadster kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been corrected in the chat. I sort of misspoke when I said that you can't shoot stuff, right away or get your hands on a gun. The game, if you're just progressing through the story missions, the game does not introduce guns until well into the game, but I guess as people are commenting, you can jack cops' guns.
Oh,
from
okay.
Pretty much the first moment of the game. So if you want to go that route, you can pretty much get your hands on some firearms immediately.
Yeah, and maybe I should. Ooh, I've never tried this. What happens when I call my car valet? Which in this case is when I'm in a car.
So like he's gonna be riding alongside you in the motorcycle, like, here's that motorcycle you requested.
Let's see what happens here. Because I don't think I can engage in gunplay while driving a car. I think I need to be on a motorcycle, or it needs to be one of the.
Yeah, I think you're right. You do need to be on a motorcycle to do that. There. Whoa!
Easy there,
man,
buddy.
How is that for service?
Here you go. I hope this is good enough.
Thanks.
I hope this is good enough. Dude, almost killed himself bringing you this this motorcycle.
But I'm pressing down on the D-pad here, and I seem to not be unholstering my weapon. So
you're not packing heat at the moment.
Apparently, I am not strapped.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yeah,
in the Hong Kong criminal underworld.
Call Me Joe 2 has tossed out a request. I guess maybe something we should do at some point. Tyler, can you hijack an armored car?
Of course I can. First things first, locate the armored car.
Yeah, I saw one. They tend to spawn. There's one right there.
Oh.
Let it get a little ahead there. Yeah, woohoo! Oh, yeah.
And so when you do these, rather than you just like when you're hijacking a car, you just kind of pounce on their roof and immediately.
Yeah.
It's all pretty simple how you. Oh, sorry, guy. It's pretty automatic how you just end up in the driver's seat, but these cargo vans and the like, you kind of have to crawl around on them and occasionally hit the Y button to recover before you fall off.
Yeah.
And so here I am doing some police evasion.
That's obviously.
Poorly,
Just
I might
cut
add.
an inconspicuous path through the city.
Yeah. I'm not getting a lot of choice as far as alternate routes.
No, but
not in that alleyway at least. And okay, I might be in the clear now.
Yeah,
and
bring
now
the
I've
stolen truck to the drop-off.
Got a drop-off location requested. Wait. Okay. I still have one. It just I lost my GPS to it. That's fine.
We know how to head in general directions.
And now I'm even getting a clean driving bonus.
Yeah, Call Me Joe 2 points out one of my favorite, little oddities about this game, which is you get free money for running into parking meters.
I had noticed that.
Yeah. Safe drive. You just got a gold safe driver bonus, right after rubbing, trading paint with a bus or something.
And driving up that stairway.
Yeah.
So that's what a safe driver would do. Is this my drop? Yes, it is. Okay. I've done so few of those. Okay, it looks like it's just a bunch of money, which is fine.
That is we'll take it
as a welcome reward.
Absolutely.
I mean, you certainly kind of get to a point in this game where money starts getting a little meaningless.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing you can end up spending your money on are like the finer things in life, clothes and cars.
High price class.
So
Low
what
price
kind
price.
what kind of ridiculous vehicle can we punish our wallet with? Not an SUV. That's not really what I'm into. Should we go Drifter GT or the Hasha?
Ooh. Let me see the.
I'm going Drifter GT.
Go for it. Yeah, they are both fine-looking vehicles.
And pleasure doing business with you.
Next, maybe we could. Where's one of those drug bust alleys? Let's find one of those. Looks like there's one here by the K-Bar.
Oh, Rodrigo's dog just woke up.
So,
Well, we appreciate...
now, instead of it being a sleeping dog,
Yes.
it is probably just a sleepy dog.
Sleepy dog. We appreciate your dog's participation in this themed canine audience participation event.
What kind of dog are we talking about here?
Oh, he chimed in earlier. He said, I think he said something like it's an 8-year-old with epilepsy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking for like a Boston Terrier or
I know.
boxer.
Yes. Yeah, those sort of details.
Not like medical history.
Right. Oh God, yeah, you gotta... Only 10 thugs remaining. Dr. Shen is on the case. That's right, okay, so you've got these knife-wielding thugs.
So, I'm just gonna let them come to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no!
Perhaps I should have invested in some dragon kick before getting in this fight.
Yeah, the Dragon Kick energy drink is a useful beverage and delicious. You may want to... Yeah, I don't know if this is going to go in your favor.
With this knife here.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, jeez. So much blood.
Nope. Bad at fighting.
Well.
Bad at fighting and talking. That and I've been, I don't know, rhythm's a little off. Been playing too much DMC. That's okay. Just call my... Oh, I don't have... Oh, my... I must have a cooldown on my
car valet.
My car valet. My motorcycle valet. He's recovering from that motorcycle crash he had. But that's okay. There's a whole parking lot full of cars right
plenty
here.
of cars to choose from. Let's see. B Graphics asks, how many times a week does GameSpot stream? I believe at this point we have...
I think it's all of them.
Yes, exactly. All of the times. I think there's at least one stream every weekday at this point. That's some by us here in the U.S. There's the AU does some good shows also.
And also you have a lot of Danny O'Dwyer.
Oh, Danny O'Dwyer, yes.
Yeah, which his two shows, Random Encounter
and Dear
Dwyer,
Dwyery, which is one of the best titles in internet television history.
Yes. Because they're scheduling, I haven't had the opportunity to catch any of his shows. But thankfully, if you miss them, they also have a tendency to do kind of highlights versions of them. Which are pretty good. I still need to see Johnny's stream of the original Tomb Raider, which I understand is a game he did not have much fun with.
That's a hard game to go back to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing at the time, but I wouldn't say that it holds up super well.
And if his non-live show Feedbackula is any indication,
so good.
Seeing Johnny be tortured makes for great internet television.
It does, no doubt it does.
So, looking forward to that. I just rammed that motorcyclist off his motorcycle. Yeah, see, as you're driving along, you can kind of do this car, hockey check here.
Yeah.
Where you just hit the X button and your car just kind of skews in a mostly random direction. Oftentimes it'll be towards another vehicle, but not always.
Now that's the thing that, I'd previously seen in, I believe, Driver San Francisco. but it was. I wasn't expecting it to surface in a game that it wasn't like a purely, pure just driving game.
That's a game I should probably play on this show as well.
Oh, yes, that would be a great B-list game. Absolutely, we got to play Driver San Francisco.
Okay, well that'll happen
at some point in the future.
That'll be coming to a B-list near you.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, I got the attention of the police officers. Oh, I was going to.
I'm on my way to work a case.
Right, I'm gonna go do some police work.
Yes,
some good police work by driving backwards on this ramp.
All right, according to Sidburn 19 in the chat, he says Sleeping Dogs is coming free to PlayStation Plus sometime this month. Which, yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus and you have not yet played this game,
now you're going to be real shy of excuses really soon.
Yeah, you should definitely take advantage of that if assuming that is true, which I
How am I supposed to do my job when you keep stonewalling me at every fucking turn?
Officer Tang?
Sir,
is that her name?
I understand.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
She's the police lady who
Everything all right?
gives you cases that are slightly related to your undercover work, but not entirely.
Right.
You need to close
Yeah, well, it better
She
be
trusts
good.
me because she thinks I'm a doctor.
Now, I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Russian hostess, probably here illegally.
And this is the part where there's
heads up.
ladies disappearing from the K bar, which is
I keep waiting.
another fine karaoke.
You may need to do some karaoke as a part of your investigatory process.
It would only be thorough.
Yeah, I mean that's what cops do.
It would only be considered good police work.
Exactly. Call Me Joe asking, Tyler, how long did it take you to get used to getting into cars on the right side? Which you're still not used to.
No, I haven't yet. In fact, just to illustrate this point, I'm going to get in on the incorrect side. I think one of my... so this game also does the thing where... if you try and get out of your vehicle and you have the door blocked on one side, you'll get out the other one.
Yes.
Kind of preserve that level of realism. Although recently I was playing this game and there was a guy in the passenger seat, but I guess I just kind of crawled over his lap to get out.
Sure.
That's normal. I'm gonna make a quick stop at my apartment here on the way to the case, just to make a quick clothes change.
Yeah, you just go into a karaoke bar. Let's spiffy yourself up for the evening.
Yeah. And we're actually going to be going to the first apartment you get in this game. There's a delightfully seedy kind of thing.
Oh, I love scaring normal citizens.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yes! That is something, we'll have to do more of that, of just going around randomly kicking people. Because that's one of the great joys of this game, actually, is just randomly just kicking people in the street.
All right, so what does the audience think? We've seen the doctor, got some workout clothes, those are boring. Some hobo clothes. We can't do the Bruce Lee thing. We could be a monk.
That's too
the
standard.
thuggish gangster. The bloody white outfit. Or we also have some
just
custom
kind of put
outfits.
together. Yeah. That's styling.
Yeah.
Kind of styling. Oh, should we finally bust out the what did you call him?
The Avenging Spirit.
The Avenging Spirit. I think it's time he made his appearance on the streets of Hong Kong.
This is when kicking random people really comes into its own. Oh, you're checking out him? Must be a friends of him. And any guy who's friends with that guy is an enemy of mine. Out of my way, old man. Okay. And the best thing about this outfit is that because Wei Shen, talented a man as he is, cannot double dip on headgear means that when I'm wearing the luchador mask, means we are helmet free.
Well, I mean, a luchador mask must offer at least like 5 times the protection of a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get
that was not a scientific fact, kid, so don't quote me on that or put that into practice on your motorcycle.
Yeah, wear helmets.
Yes.
So we're gonna carve our way back through the seedy back alleyways of Hong Kong here on our way to. Also, have you noticed that the neighborhoods in this game make no sense? Because you start out in North Point, which is I don't know how compasses work in this part of the world, but the way I see it, that's in the southeast part of the map. And then there's the Central District, which is to the north.
Right.
And then there's Aberdeen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this game is not modeled, realistically on the actual Hong Kong. But I wonder if there's some correlation between these districts and the actual Hong Kong.
I'm sure there's got to be some. I was just calling out when you look at the map and you see what they're called. Like North Point is not in the north,
right?
And Central isn't either.
Baby Gas asking, most important question, hookers. What about hookers like in GTA?
Well,
massage parlors.
Yeah, that's what you get instead of hookers.
Sure.
Which, they have health benefits. And there's more than a little bit of a wink and a nod to, okay, we call these massage parlors, but you know what's going on here.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah. All right, we're on the scene. Officer Avenging Spirit is on the case.
Just making my way down to talk to the owner of this establishment.
Have you found out anything?
And she's going to tell us about
have any favorite clients,
disappeared
guys that
friend.
Like particular, or anything like that.
But she can tell I'm trustworthy because.
Well, I mean, just look at you.
Yeah.
Special friends.
I need to talk to somebody else in this bar. Oh, this guy. Oh, he was the last person seen with.
I got a couple questions about Katushka.
The Departed.
Why the hell would I tell you anything?
Oh, you gotta hit the Y button to converse.
And I'm gonna muscle him around, tell him I'm part of the Sun On Yi, and he should not be. He should not be clowning me.
I didn't know.
I mean, besides,
nothing but
look at me.
For the Sun On Yi.
Yes.
I will help you any way I can.
How do you know Katushka?
We are friends.
Friends? Don't fuck with me, Chan.
Okay. We had an arrangement. I paid for her apartment, got her clothes, jewelry. She was appreciative.
Have you seen her recently?
No.
Just submitted for your consideration, Tyler.
Yeah.
Homie Joe 2 in the chat says, GameSpot, can you add Jade Empire to your B list?
Ooh.
I do not know how.
It
certainly can.
It certainly fits into the sort of definition, I think, of the B-list game.
I mean, it was a game that I never really loved. Personally, I gave it a shot. But then again, I don't know. I wonder if KOTOR is one of those games that I could go back to, because it's not a game that I really, much as I feel ashamed to say it because of how well loved and respected that game is, and I've become aware of characters like HK-47 that I would really love to experience in a game.
Sure.
But that was a game I could never get into, mostly because I...
Wait, I just have to point out, you just lost 5 cop points for being clumsy.
Cops are always, by nature, are always
graceful.
Very, poison grace.
Yes.
But yeah, I never loved KOTOR.
Sure.
Mostly because I wanted to have a... I guess I kind of fault I don't really fault, but a lot of people find fault with Mass Effect for being a little too shootery. But that was one of the things that never put me off that game. I wanted at the time to have much more direct control over the combat than KOTOR. And Jade Empire suggested that I was going to be getting that kind of experience, but I never really did.
Right.
But yeah, we could certainly check out Jade Empire.
Something to consider in any case.
So now we're in the missing person's apartment, and
bust out your camera phone from wherever it is you're keeping it on your person at this point.
It's
I don't want to know.
It's a small phone.
Okay, it is.
And
a small
I think
phone.
I'm supposed to take pictures of the spice. No, not the spices.
The documents on the fridge.
Which I was trying. This game was like real smart about how, because there are a lot of moments here where you have to use your phone as a bit of evidence gathering tool.
Sure.
Like you're supposed to take a picture of a, or like there was one thing where you're supposed to be taking pictures for a design firm, and taking pictures of a nice sunset, and I was trying to take pictures of hobos with the nice sunset.
Yeah.
And the game was really smart about not letting you grief it in that way.
Yeah.
Which is
good and bad.
Yeah.
He likes to gamble. Frequents a little place in Central. I'll text you the address.
Another suggestion for future B-list consideration from Nat R75. Clive Barker's Jericho is worthy of the B-list.
Ooh, excellent. Another excellent suggestion. I feel like that is a game that Kevin Van Ord likes to speak well of. I can't remember in what context. It's not like his favorite shooter ever.
No.
Maybe it's his favorite Clive Barker first-person shooter ever.
Well, I know that he really loved Undying.
Yeah.
Clive Barker's Undying. I don't...
That might be his second favorite Clive Barker first-person shooter. Which is the one where you play as a left-handed character?
Oh, I think that's Undying.
Okay, which is just a weird conceit that you have in a game, but stuff that still plays out well in gameplay. Back into the K-bar.
Saibutsu, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but Saibutsu is asking, what exactly is the B-list about? This is a show where we look at games that maybe have certain great qualities and certain kind of other maybe mediocre or problematic aspects that maybe drag them down somewhat, or games that were just maybe overlooked to some degree.
Interesting games that are maybe not perfect or have been overlooked or otherwise interesting. I'm always reticent to use the phrase like cult classics, but that kind of nails the right idea.
Yeah.
Games that, for whatever reason, one reason or another, never quite got the attention that they deserve.
Okay. Shibutsu. Okay. Thank you for the pronunciation clarification. Oh, Tyler.
Yeah? What'd I do?
Sletterer, and again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Sletterer asking... It almost pains me to ask you this, Tyler. Asking, have you played Vanquish on this?
Oh man, that's one I will need to come to terms with, because Vanquish is a game that loved by many.
Yes.
I am not one of them.
No, you are not.
I respect that game, but I do not love it.
Yeah. And also, I don't know, I mean, that GameSpot gave it a 9.0. I don't know. I guess it didn't have the big sale, mainstream sort of smash hit status that maybe its fans feel that it deserved. So maybe in that sense it was somewhat overlooked. But yeah, certainly a very, very, it's a divisive game, but a game that has many ardent supporters.
I don't know if we can consider that game overlooked. I mean, that game was very nearly our shooter of the year. Can I talk myself out of this one?
I don't. Well, Tyler, it's your show. You are not. That was a great motorcycle.
That could have been real bad.
Yeah.
But
Well, it was bad.
being...
It wasn't bad for you. It might have been. It looked like it was pretty bad for the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler, look, you are not contractually obligated to play any or all of the games people suggest. I'm just passing suggestions along for your consideration. Should you, as each week you need a new game to play on the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I should take it under advisement. I mean, because one of my, I hate to say resolutions, but gaming resolutions that I want to adhere to this year is, so last year, one of my runaway favorite games, and it is a game that is not going to be appearing on the show because I don't think you could consider it a flawed game or an overlooked game, but one of my favorite games of the last year was XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Sure.
Which is a game that when they first started talking about the just regular XCOM, the one that hasn't come out yet, the shooter, I thought that game looked pretty neat.
Yeah. Whoa, that was awesome.
And I had never played any of the original XCOM games, so when I, hearing talk of okay, they're making an XCOM game that's just like the original, and it's turn-based, and it's a strategy game, I said, that is the game, that is the XCOM that is not for me.
Yes.
And then I played it, and I said, wait, hold the phone here. This game is absolutely for me.
Right.
In fact, I'm pretty sure they just had a picture of me in the studio saying, this guy doesn't make strategy games very much. Let's make a game that he will love and not stop talking about.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to kind of broaden your horizons, maybe, or
anytime I look at a game and I think that game is not for me, that's going to be a clear indicator to me this year that I should play this game.
Okay.
Which I think, whoa,
that was pretty great.
What happened with? So I think I made the decision last night that maybe the first one of those would probably be SimCity, the city simulator.
Right. That should be the subtitle: SimCity: the City Simulator.
It was for the original SimCity.
Oh man, that's great. Another suggestion from Dragon 240 for the B list is Psychonauts.
Yes, good old Psychonauts.
Which we could showcase the great things about that game, and then go to the meat carnival or whatever, and show how kind of messed up certain parts of that game are as well.
Yeah, although that game was. That game was technically pretty solid all around.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I guess like this game, pretty troubled birth.
Yeah.
Actually, very troubled, considering that I think it wasn't originally slated to be a launch title for the Xbox, was it?
I don't know.
At least certainly was. And Microsoft published exclusive game.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft dropped that because development was taking forever because Tim Schafer didn't think, and Double Fine didn't think it was good enough yet.
Wow. It's been 8 years almost since Psychonauts. The game was released on April 19th, 2005 for the Xbox.
That's a great thing about this show is that new games just keep coming up to play, and I hope I can remember them all by the time the show is done. I've just been riding around town. I should get myself back into a mission.
Let's do another mission.
Let's see. Actually, I didn't get to have that drug bust pan out. So.
Oh right.
Let's try another one of those. Maybe let's get ourselves boosted a little bit more. And now that I'm not worried about my doctor clothes getting messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
I can get real.
Just get down and dirty.
Yeah.
He was holding back before.
Now I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
That's what the avenging spirit is about. Is about having nothing to lose, including going the wrong way. Nothing to lose. Also, again, it has a little bit of that GTA parody. or sense of parody with things. My favorite of them is the advertisement for Gulag brand vodka.
Yeah.
Which it struck me as odd going into nightclubs and seeing advertisements and posters for something just called Gulag.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's vodka. That sounds dreadful.
Let us all remember the suffering of miserable Russians as we party the night away.
Yes.
Ooh, Rodrigo said, passing along. For some reason, Rodrigo, I don't know what you're saying that's getting censored, but he says, The Warriors, the adaptation of the movie made by Rockstar, and that would be a good game for this show.
Ooh, yes.
I agree completely. I think The Warriors is a terrific game.
That is a game I have never played. I should probably... This is where I come across as some uncultured swine.
No, I mean...
I've never seen the movie either.
Oh, yes. Okay, there's the uncultured swine part. No, but yeah, the movie is... it certainly falls into the cult classic category. Not a film for everyone, but a film that I admire a lot and enjoy. Oh, that was a rad circus move you just did. And what's... One of the things that's so impressive about the film is the way that it takes the hour and a half, 2 hour story of the movie and expands it into this much longer story in a way that totally feels true to the original source material and the characters and the writing and everything.
That's great when games can get that right and expand on a fiction that people enjoy a lot.
Yeah. Because basically the game has the entire movie within it, but then also lots of flashbacks and things kind of leading up to it, it's sort of interspersed throughout, and it works really well.
Oh, I've got a crowbar. Now he's got a crowbar. Actually, if I had a crowbar, now would be a good time to be dressed as the doctor, and I could pretend I'm Gordon Freeman.
True.
So these drug busts kind of work in three parts here.
Yeah.
The first part is always, well, what I'm doing now.
Clear out the thugs.
Yep. Which is beating up a bunch of thugs.
Yep.
Which is always good fun in this game.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
And
your face earned some experience.
Hey, give me
he's taking off. It's cool.
Where are you going, buddy?
He doesn't want any more. He's had enough. He's just gonna sit in the corner.
He knows he's done it wrong.
Oh! Okay, now you gotta hack the camera.
We're just gonna hack him. Okay, I think he's done. And then we see... Where is the camera? Come on, camera.
It's gotta be... Where is it? It's gotta be right around here, yeah?
Oh, it's
there
up
it
there.
is. Yeah.
Which means that now I need to follow the wires to know where the junction box is. Oh, it's right over here. We get a similar, like we saw before.
Yeah, a little numerical minigame.
I can go with my my base set of numbers again.
Your lucky lotto numbers.
Well, it's a good dispersion that helps me.
Oh, okay.
Everything is wrong. Okay, so we'll try all the odd numbers now.
Yes. All right, 1 and 7. Wow, hit 2 in the right place. We know where the 5 goes. So we haven't done 9 or... Yeah, there we go.
It's a system that works. And now we need to go back to my old apartment. Or I can use my fine flat screen television to hack, to view the security camera. And so that was the second part, is hacking the camera so that I can get access to it. Also got this great motorcycle from that guy.
Oh! In the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh. I can't get in like that. Alright. And just, no.
Yeah.
Motorcyclist at home.
Sure.
Whoop. Okay. I crashed. This is a fairly bloody crash. Okay.
Fairly. Screw this crowbar.
I don't need this thing anymore. And we'll take a look at North Point, which, as I mentioned, is in the southeast.
Naturally.
Oh, and if I... Okay. It gives me... Because I don't remember which...
No, of course not.
It tells me where the triad activity is. And then you kind of have to look around and identify...
The supplier, who I think usually...
It's always the guy in the suit, pretty much. So we'll just pick him out because he looks sharp.
And
then everybody's... Oh, and the police show up, and he's cuffed. And if I've done this correct, yes, I have. Because we see the little saving animation there. And,
you got an upgrade.
I get a cop upgrade. I get to upgrade my cop abilities. Increased ramming damage or increased focus.
Oh, that's right. The focus allows you to go into slow motion.
Yeah, we haven't even done any gun stuff.
Yeah,
but we'll go with ramming damage.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, and let's do a triad mission because I feel like that is a good way to get some guns. Because police would never use guns. Wait, I have a motorcycle in here. It's in a bit of a state.
Well, it's still a street legal, I'm sure. Oh, there you go. Just gotta find the sweet spot.
I have to do this in reverse now. Let me out. And back out on the mean streets of Hong Kong. Let's take a taxi.
Yeah.
So I believe we might be running a little bit short on time. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we've got about 18 minutes or so until...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to do whatever it is we're here to do.
Wait! How'd the date with Vivian go? You want to be her new boyfriend?
I don't fully understand the story with these guys, but
relax, Ricky.
Like all people in
making a joke.
criminal organizations, they're scummy people.
Yes.
I think this guy is trying to kill his wife, or trying to get me to kill his wife.
She's doing another movie in the stripper assassin franchise.
but I want the role for Vivian.
I think he wants a plum roll for his mistress, or I don't know.
Oh yes, that's right.
Aren't you going with Vivian
because
to the
her
release party?
current role in the
releasing the track that King produced.
the much loved and critically acclaimed stripper assassin series. That's the well's running a little dry.
You know Big Smile Lee?
Oh yeah, we've crossed paths.
Good. We've got a joint venture making porn. He brings the girls, I bring the production and distribution.
That's good money, I bet.
Yeah. If Vivian pisses me off...
Not unlike sort of Saints Row the Third and other Saints Row games. There's a lot of comedic value to be had in just putting on your wackiest outfit and then going and participating in some rather straightforward cutscene.
Yes, but I mean at the same time, I mean this game has a story it likes to take fairly seriously, but at the same time there's a lot that it does ridiculous too, like having a movie series called Stripper Assassin. This is not my car, but it is now. I remember seeing something about a box of something I'm supposed to take somewhere. But, we'll find out as we go along what exactly we're supposed to be doing here. So I'm not bothered with any of the fine health buffs to be had around town here. Should really do something.
Yeah, have a pork bun or something. Some noodles.
Yeah. Some curry fish balls. Oh, I'm supposed to do some computer hacking. Oh, I think I remember this mission. I'm supposed to do some surveillance on a person.
Naturally, he's gonna let you right in dressed like that.
Actually, this guy does his job pretty well.
Could you let me have
I'm a location scout. Of course I am.
I'll be quick. I'll make it worth your while.
No, it's not going to happen, sir.
That's right. This is one where I need to sneak in from the building construction next door. Which thankfully it just gives me a nice indication. Hey, buddy, go over here. Do we have anything in the chat?
Well, let's see. Rodrigo was just asking, is Stranglehold good? The Chow Yun Fat sort of quasi-sequel to Hard Boiled. It's fine. I mean, I thought it was halfway decent. I didn't think it was anything extraordinary. It's not a... it's funny because like the early Max Payne games were to a large degree influenced by the Hong Kong action films of John Woo.
Yeah.
And then there was then Stranglehold, which was a John Woo, based action game that was largely following in the footsteps of Max Payne, but not quite up to the standards of the early Max Payne games.
There was also Namco's Dead to Rights series.
Sure.
Which were similar games of that similar kind of in that thematic vein. Let's see. Where am I?
Call Me Joe asking for me is my show about classic games. Yeah, I've been streaming lately, typically on Wednesday afternoons, mainly doing retro streams, just kind of a lot of NES stuff in general. So yeah, that's it. The focus is just kind of retro. I don't know if all of them deserve the title of classic, but certainly like older games that for whatever reason I think are worth revisiting.
And you just checked out, what was the last one you played? Was it Day of the Tentacle?
No, it was Maniac Mansion.
Oh, that's right.
The prequel to Day of the Tentacle. Yes.
And sort of an honor because Ron Gilbert, who was director on that game, his game just came out on multiple places.
Yeah, the Cave.
Yeah.
Which has a similar format to Maniac Mansion in that you choose from an assortment of characters who each have kind of their own, their own deal, their own like abilities and whatnot.
Yeah. So first things first, I have to hack this computer system here. So I think this might be the... Yep, it's the good old number game again. So, put in my secret code again. Everything's wrong.
Okay.
Everything is still wrong.
No,
Nope.
351 maybe?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And then... You've already done 6, so 9. Oh, God.
Making me work for this one here.
So
we're going to do 5 here.
Yeah. There we go.
There.
Ost JB says, are there a ton of collectibles in this game? I just noticed them pick up like 4 various flashy things.
Yes.
There's definitely a good number of collectibles that make just kind of exploring all the nooks and crannies of the city, well worth your time.
Yeah, well, the significant pickups are, there's the statues that you let you upgrade your
martial arts
abilities. There's the health statues that you pray at that then they permanently increase your health for every 5 of them.
Yeah.
There's the lock boxes, which those just are.
Like, is it just money? Or...
They're money or outfits or. And this is kind of a neat, weird little mini game of like basically you have to tune the bug.
Yeah, there's something very similar in Arkham City.
Yeah.
Batman has at times where you're kind of scanning for frequencies.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just this kind of analog hotspot hunt.
Hold that.
Where are you?
Oh, you're kind of moving. It's right. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Okay, I've got to hastily put the screws back in. I don't know if I have enough time.
Did you put the screws back in?
I did, but I ran out of time. Okay, so I've got to hack the mainframe again. So we'll do this, and then hopefully get the bug tuned better this time. And I assume that these are random? Oh no, I don't remember. Yeah, these are randomized, so...
Sure. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Alright. 4 still in the wrong place, so it's got to be here. And...
Alright.
Almost there.
1, 3. There we go.
Yeah, so those are random, so you don't just, if you flub it, you can't just do the same thing over again. And so... oh yeah, so the lock boxes, they can be outfits, they can be any number of things. A lot of times you just get a good chunk of cash out of them.
Shit.
Yeah, so it's that kind of stuff that you collect throughout the world.
I don't know what his problem is.
Am I missing any collectibles?
Did he know who you were?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Get out of here soon.
Calibrated the bug, now we put the
I'm doing a tour, but
screw the vent plate back on.
I know what you're doing.
Plenty of time to get upstairs.
Do you hear that?
We'll hide out.
That's good police work, Tyler.
You look beyond.
I'm confused. I don't think I'm doing police work right now. I think I'm.
Oh, that's right. You're doing triad business, but,
although
which is, of course, in the service of
I
the law.
did get a call from my police handler there. So
Ricky, you have such a
I didn't really
one-track
follow
mind.
the subplot there.
Fucking Sonny. Oh, yes. You know I like that.
Okay, but let me go freshen up first.
Whatever you want, baby. I'm gonna go have a smoke.
So this guy is not her husband, but is the guy who the husband suspects that she is cheating on him with. Oh, and I've got to put a camera in the bedroom.
Don't get spotted.
No, everything went great. Yeah. Yeah, he was there. He was impressed. Yeah, you should have seen him.
It's a good-looking camera there.
Sure.
And now I've got to get the memory stick from the computer. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just in your kitchen. There's a nude man in a luchador mask in your kitchen.
Honey, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Oh, and now that you mention it, maybe I should check up on her.
And we'll just make our way out of here
Make
and
a jump for it. Woohoo!
And we are home free.
Yes, you celebratory kicks and punches.
Oh, I can hit this man with his own. I killed that man with his own umbrella.
Yes.
I didn't realize that umbrellas were weapons in this game. The first weapon. So one of the first things I didn't, because I thought it was a random encounter where it was like there was a purse thief. And then I just randomly found the purse on the ground. I'm like, okay, I've got, I thought this was like Red Dead Redemption, where I've got to go pick up the purse and bring it back to the woman.
Sure.
And I hit the most contextually appropriate button that I thought at the time, which was the X button. And I ended up getting the mission was already done.
Right.
I had successfully stopped the thief, and then
she doesn't want the purse anymore.
She got it anyways, and I just ended up battering her with the purse. So, Sleeping Dogs is a game about justice.
Sure.
And oh, I don't have anybody. Oh, that's right, because I'm supposed to meet.
Yeah, but we've only got like 5 minutes left, so why don't we just
let's call it a show.
We'll kick some people and stuff. Let's have a little fun here before. Yeah.
Oh, and because it's raining, I have an endless supply of umbrellas.
That's
because
true.
Weapons do degrade. You can kind of kill 2 people per weapon. Now, unfortunately, one of the things okay, here's a significant flaw in this game is that there's no car surfing because once you get on a car,
they just. But at least you can do that.
But there is some oh my car moments.
Oh my god. Zorine, GameSpot's own Zorine in the chat says, looks very nice, which yes, we are playing the PC version of Sleeping Dogs, which is a really nice looking game.
Yeah. I mean, they could have really just made a shoddy port of this, but so glad they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kick this.
I feel like you can grab people. Like one really nasty kind of finishing move is to like slam somebody in a car door. Let's see if you can do that maybe. If you kind of. Oh well, that's one way to do something.
Get out of your car.
I think you may need to like.
No, get out of. Also, once you steal people's cars, they are rarely interested in getting them back.
Well, once the
Okay, so you don't quite get to do the Vinnie Jones. What was that from? Is that from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking? Yeah, because like somebody threatened his son and put his head in the car door and closed it several times. Real gnarly looking scene there.
I think I've basically seen that move in this game, but you only need to have a particular set of circumstances to enable you to do it. Go up. Maybe one thing that I enjoy doing is like dramatically throwing people off of relatively low railings.
This is a thing I haven't done.
Yeah, see if we can do that. Yeah. Innocent killed! You killed that guy!
I killed that man by throwing him off
to
like
his death
2-foot balcony.
Feet below.
Also, I love you're never supposed to like look at these shops, but I love how they just have these forced perspective, relief photos.
Sure. I mean, what
there.
else are they, gonna do? But yeah, that's pretty great.
In the absence of making every place visible, which there are a handful of places you can't actually go into. You're not supposed to smoke in public, sir.
Innocent killed. Oh, well, that serves him right for smoking the whatever, the spiritual avenger. What is this guy's name again?
Avenging Spirit, but spiritual avenger works pretty well too.
He's teaching the people of Hong Kong lessons they will not soon forget.
Health and safety. I'm gonna throw this guy into a. I'm not even. Well, I'm not even doing the right trigger throw. Maybe that's why I need to. Come with me, lady. Oh, sorry, I ran you into a thing. Let's throw her into a fountain.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
Just she didn't live long enough to get into the fountain.
Let's throw you into a fountain.
Yeah. Oh, whoa!
How about the drink?
Okay.
All right.
I think we're just about out of time here. So, and So Wei Shen will clean his soul in the fountains of Hong Kong.
So that's Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah.
This is an open world action game. And kind of a GTA clone. This game, we can't. I don't love this game. No, that's not the right. There's not enough love for this game because it is wonderful through and through.
Yeah,
it is. I don't really know quite where this. I kind of know where the story is going. It seems to be telling a pretty decent story, but it's all backdrop for all the fun and ridiculous stuff that you can do in this game, and it is all fun.
It's so much fun.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a great open world escapade.
And as evidenced during the run of the show, apparently it will be coming soon to PlayStation Plus owners.
Yes.
So if you subscribe to that service, you'll be able to play this game for free, which is great.
Pretty good deal.
And otherwise, I think this game can be usually had for not much money on Steam, and we recommend that version if you can play it. This game looks wonderful. But really, if you have the ability to play this game, you should, because this game is great.
Agreed.
Thank you again for joining us on the B List. This is, once again, the show where we look at flawed great games or overlooked stuff. We will not be back next week. I will not be here. I will be up in Seattle on an assignment. They will be hearing about very soon, and we're really excited about that. So in the week following, we will be back. So not the 11th, I guess the 18th.
18th sounds right.
And we'll probably play one of the games that you suggested, because that was a bunch of great stuff, and I'll hastily write them down. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching and joining us. If you like more of this and want to see more of it, subscribe to us on Twitch and on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. It's at GameSpot. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at _real_Tyler W. And you
I'm Caro Michelle, CaroMichelle. And
again, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.